Are you recording? Alright. Alright.
Okay, you give me that.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Leah B. And Reyes.
Yeah, Reyes.
And the person, the author that I'm doing is Leah Catherine. I'm going to start off with one of her poems that she did. And it says, I like trees because they seem more resigned to the way they had to live than others seem to. I kind of took that in the way of some people take their lives and they go along with what they're doing with a good attitude and they're okay with the way they live rather than some people. She was born the first of 7 children on a farm in Northern Virginia. Her family moved to Red Cloud, Nebraska, and she spent 6 years growing up among German, Russian, and Swedish immigrants who were homesteading on the Great Lakes. She was educated at home until high school and later attended the University of Nebraska. After graduating, she moved to Pittsburgh, and from 1895 to 1906, she worked as a journalist and high school principal. In 1906, Catherine became a writer for Rudy's magazine in New York. In 1912, she left the magazine to focus on writing novels. From 1912 to 1922, she wrote 5 novels based on her childhood memories in Nebraska, including O Pioneers in 1913 and My Antonia in 1918. During the 1920s, she was considered by many to be the best American writer of her day, and in 1923, she won the Pulitzer Prize for her novel, One of Ours. However, from 1922 to 1925, she experienced suppression and disillusionment. Feelings common to many Americans during after World War II. Her work, Death Comes from the Archbishop, 1927, focused on the efforts of French missionaries of the Southwest. The theme nearly all of Catherine's work is the ability of moral and spiritual values to triumph over material things. Catherine once said, "Life began for me when I ceased to admire and began to remember." Her memories of Nebraska plains and the courageous people who settled them have been important contributions to American history.
Wait!
Her name is Leah Catherine.
Leah.
Leah John.
Are you ready?
I need the professionals here. Next
What
one.
things that she had in her mind of what the frontier was like and the transportation and stuff like that.
Also, Charles Dickens, and here's my favorite. Charles Dickens was born in Portsea, England on February 7, 1812. Dickens was born into a family whose aspirations were ruined by his father's carelessness with money. At the age of 12, his father was in prison for debt, an event which he considered to be the worst and most impacting of his life. He was later taken out of school and put to work in a shoe dye factory. He lived alone and ashamed in a loading house in North London. Dickens later returned to school, but his financial difficulties were not over. When he was 15, he got a job as a law clerk. He gained the ability to observe keenly and started writing comic sketches. Dickens' success as a writer began with the posthumous papers of the Pickwick Club. While writing these same serialized stories, he became editor of the Bentley's Missionary, which made him an instant success. Dickens' concern and interest with social conditions of the time prompted him to write his greatest works. These novels include Oliver Twist, Nicholas Nickleby, A Christmas Carol, and Great Expectations. He is regarded as one of the best Victorian authors and was internationally regarded until the day of his death on June 9, 1870. And they have this thing in Galveston where it's shaped after the Christmas Carol. It's his fest and everybody dresses up old time.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah, sure, right there.
Please don't.
Move it.
Okay.
Okay, Mark Twain. Did you know, isn't Mark Twain's real name was Samuel Lancome Clemens, who was born in 1835 and died in 1910. Twain was an American writer and humorist. Twain's writing is also known for his tracts of realism of place and language. Twain was born in Florida, Missouri, then shortly after he moved with his family to Hannibal, Missouri, when he was only 4 years old. He received a public school education in Hannibal, Missouri. Short after his father died in 1847. In 1851, he began studying type-free, born and contributing sketches to his brother's Orion Hannibal Journal. He then worked as a printer in Iowa, New York City, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and other cities. In 1861, feminists are briefly as volunteer soldiers in Confederate Government. Harriet went with his brother to the created the where he tried his luck at some miners. In 1862, he became a reporter for the Territorial Enterprise of Virginia City, Nevada. And in 1863, he began signing his articles with the name Mark Twain, and he took the phrase meaning two fathoms deep. Short after, he moved to San Francisco in 1864. Twain then met two American writers, Artemus Ward and Bret Harte, who encouraged him in his work. In 1865, Twain would work detail he had heard in the California gold fields. And within months, the author of the story, the celebrated jumping frog of the Fairbanks County, had become a national sensation. Twain then wrote The Innocents of God in 1869, a book encouraging those aspects of the European culture. In 1870, he married Olivia. He did some of his best work during the 1870s and 1880s in Rockland, Connecticut. Working in 1872, he took on his early adventures as migrant journalist. He eventually became Sawyer Sullivan's wife in a town on the Mississippi River. He traveled more, described the walking trip through Germany and the Swiss Alps. He also wrote The Prince of Pauper, Buffalo, Mississippi, Yankees, and New York Square. The Adventures of Huckleberry, which was written in 1884, and sequel to Tom Sawyer, is considered between tragedies. The present adventure shows how the cruelty of which men and women are capable of. Another theme of this novel is conflict about leading the French picture, who was born in 2 breaking the law by helping you. The leader panorama of American life along the Mississippi River. Twain received an honorary doctorate from the University of Buffalo in 1907 and died in 1910. And what do you learn? There's just some of his quotes and some of the titles of his books. Can you read maybe one or two of his shorter one? One of the Adventures of Huckleberry. He said, I was traveling because I guess he decided forever. He waits for 2 things and ignored it. And spending a minute, short of holding my breath, and then says to himself, alright, then I'm going.
Okay.
My author is Emily Dickinson. She was born in 1830 and died in 1886. She had her family was her parents, William Austin and Lavina, brother and sister. She died at age 56. From 1840 to 1847, she attended Amherst Academy, and from 1847 to 1848, she attended Mount Holyoke Female Seminary in South Haven, which she left after a year to become a girl. In the 1850s, she went to D.C. and Boston for eye treatments for her failing health. After that, she rarely left her house and even New York. She published 10 of 2,000 poems in newspapers while she was alive. In her later years, she found many comforts in reading Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, George Eliot, and Thomas Carlyle. She wrote on her surroundings, and she would live out her life through her works. In the 1850s, her health took a severe turn when the death of her close friend Ben Newton took place. After this, she wrote a collection of love letters, all the master to this one. Before she died, she became friends with T.H. Johnson, who later published all 2,000 of her poems, which is in her collections by Leah B. One of the poems in the master is called, If I Can Stop One Heart From Breaking. It says, if I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting body back to his nest, I shall not have lived in vain. Many people thought that she had, that she lived her life in seclusion because of her parents' death and because of this man's death. But in one of her poems it says that she lived her life in seclusion because she chose to, because it kept her in oneness with God. That's why people call her basically America's best known female poet, because she kept her values and she kept her belief in God even as she was encountering all these trials. So that's it.
Approximately how many poems did she write?
2,000.
Wow, very nice.
She wrote 2,000 and published only 10 when she was
And yet, we see so many of them, so a lot of them were published after her death.
Right. And they were published by Johnson.
La de Herman Melville, él nació en 1819 y murió en 1891. Relativamente era rico, pero cuando su papá murió, ellos quedaron en la cabeza y se les dificultó mucho para trabajar y todo, y él tenía 13 años cuando su papá murió. Él tuvo muchos trabajos, pero uno de ellos fue marinero y era ballenero. Y las ballenas que él pescaba eran de Australia, eran australianas, y él pescaba las ballenas en el Mar del Sur. Viajó en muchos barcos y él vivió un tiempo con las tribus nativas. Después él tuvo un problema porque intentó robar un barco, asaltar un barco y lo encarcelaron a los 18 años y lo metieron a la cárcel desde los 25 años. A los 25 años empezó
¿A los 18? ¿De 18 a 25?
Sí, o sea, a los 18 empezó a trabajar de marinero y no se sabe cuándo lo metieron a la cárcel, a los 25. Y se lo reconoció a los 25 años, empezó a escribir su primer libro que se trató sobre las aventuras que había pasado en el mar, de marinero y también en la cárcel, todos los aventuras que había tenido. Este libro lo publicó en 1946. Él escribió algunos otros como Momo, Marty, Red Horn, White Jacket, pero el mejor de todos fue el Moby Dick y lo escribió en 1851. Y el blanco lo pronunciaba mucho porque la verdad significaba pureza, significaba muy puro, muy blanco. Y él escribió en revistas, escribió historias, cuentos y todo en los periódicos y revistas. Y él nunca pudo ser famoso, nunca pudo tener éxito hasta el día en que murió. Empezaron a ver todos sus libros y lo reconocieron como un escritor. Y la película Moby Dick fue la más importante. Se trataba de una ballena blanca que atacaba a los primeros en defensa propia.
Here, we're gonna watch
No mames, yo lo
the camera. We love to the camera.
Yeah, well, not the pager, but the number, yeah.
All right, let's get
Steinbeck. He was born on February 27th, 1902 in Salinas, California. As a youth, he worked as a farmhand and a fruit picker. His mother was a school teacher, and so she wanted her son to be intellectual and cultured. She would read to him a lot when he was a little child. She would read fairy tales, Bible stories, Robin Hood, and Treasure Island. Steinbeck's favorite was Mort de Arthur, which was given to him by his aunt. During his junior year in high school, Steinbeck began writing stories and sending them to magazines anonymously. After high school, he attended Stanford for 6 years and never earning his degree because he would drop out and go to work and then go back to college and write more and do other stuff. He worked as a laborer to support himself while he wrote. His first novel was published in 1929, but it was not until the publication of Tortilla Flat in 1935 that he attained critical and popular acclaim. This is him when he was a little older.
Wait, hold on, wait.
It's better than he is a devil.
Shut up.
But that's nice.
Just kidding.
Steinbeck's most widely known work is The Grapes of Wrath, published in 1939. It was the stark account of the Joad family from the improvised Oklahoma Dust Bowl and their migration to California during the economic depression of the 1930s. The controversial novel received not only as realistic fiction, but also as a moving document of social protest. This is a picture from a movie they made of The Grapes of Wrath from one of the scenes that they had.
What scene is it?
I don't He also wrote several motion picture scripts, including adaptations of 2 of his short stories, The Pearl and The Red Pony. Steinbeck completed a series of newspaper articles on migrant farm workers of California who had come to the Midwest Dust Bowl. He received a number of honors for his work. He won the Pulitzer Prize in 1940 and the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1963. This is him with one of his best books.
Well, hold on, let me zoom in here.
I don't know. None of the encyclopedias have a lot of information.
What thing is that?
Just the word.
Okay. Steinbeck is recognized primarily for his realistic and compassionate portrayal of common working people. A major literary figure since the 1930s, Steinbeck took as his central theme the quiet dignity he saw in the poor and oppressed. Although his characters are often trapped in an unfair world, they remain sympathetic and heroic, if defeated human beings. And then Steinbeck sadly died in New York City on December 20th, 1968.
Tool for sharpening and kitchen. Knife blade. Okay. Are you taping it? Zigzags. Repeated horizontal pattern of connected Z's.
Let's bow and pray. Father, we thank you for sending your son to die. We thank you that
Yeah, I know.
And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
Christ the Savior is satisfied. No value, no design, no peace within, for all around best ways to you. You've set them for the lesser things of time. You've won that fight from Jesus and His glory. The paths of sin to all your feet have thrown. We turn to Him whilst He loves still closely. Divided heart, find peace in you. Divided heart, and travel on the road. We give our best for the Lord, because when we will stand before the judgment seat of Christ, we don't want to have idle hands. We don't want to have empty hands, nothing we can show Him or tell Him what we have done here on this earth. When Jesus Christ was crucified, my sin held nailed there. But when my sin I realized, I went to Him in prayer. Faith is the power that moves and the train is world will reign.
Oh, God. The because they talk about it. Their things are Butterfly says fun, loud, and tall.
I may not cause pain. So God granted him what he requested.
They're getting them to cool down right now. You need outside.
Okay, George. When this kid thinks it's getting low, you put it on high and open it you can. The cancel is there. This can open is better. Okay?
sound nice.
You like cooking, George? You like cooking? No.
You just got back from Boston right now?
Yes, I am working hard. Hard working organization. Josh was organized, posting on him. Yes, he was organized. However, that's good. But, second Peckle here. That's me. Yep. We have better than organized. All organizations thing, all out of whack. This is Miss Scott. All out of whack.
From my books.
Hi. How you doing? That is Mr. Peckle's wife, Mrs. Peckle. Yes, the dude with the, see that right there? That's a Ruthuni. What's her name?